Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is your first time here. This is Tammy from Cards by TLC, where I blog, offer online classes, as well as step-by-step tutorials on my projects. First of all, I want to thank you all for joining me last week for my very first video creating the Mickey and Minnie ice cream card. The love and support you showed me is so greatly appreciated. Today we're going to do project 2 of the ice cream bundle series. Now, if you missed my last video last week and this is your first time here, this bundle is actually part of a suite that can be found in the Stampin' Up! January to June mini catalog on pages 48 and 49. Just like last week, I'm showcasing this bundle. Actually the suite, but today we're going to be focusing on the bundle as well as this cute designer series paper, and of course that beautiful ribbon, you guys. I'm so obsessed with that ribbon. But anyhow, are you guys ready to see today's project? Look how cute, you guys. This is a Slimline gift card holder. I am so absolutely obsessed with the Slimline cards lately. Now, if you're not quite sure what a Slimline card is, it's longer and thinner than your standard base card. But it's great for scenery cards as well as expanding your project like I did here today with this multi-scoop ice cream. What do you guys think? Isn't it cute? Whatever you guys like to do with the Slimline card, it's absolutely fun. But I wanted to take it up a step and add it as a gift card holder. Now, I know I have a Starbucks gift card in here, but I didn't have a Baskin Robbins or a Cold Stone gift card available at this point in time. But I thought that this would be really cute. Treat yourself as a thank you to someone, or as a birthday. Either one, it would work out great. But I thought that would be fun to do as for an ice cream gift card holder. So let's go ahead and get started on today's project. Let me go ahead and, like I said, I have this in here. Let me pull this out and put this aside for right now because I already have my stamps that I'm going to be using already mounted up. But just so you guys get an idea really quick, I'm using the ice cream scoop as well as the sprinkles that go with it. And then the sentiment today, I'm going to be using treat yourself and then obviously thank you. Now, we could do happy birthday on the inside as well, but I decided to go ahead and keep this as a nice thank you card to someone. So let's go ahead and get started on this project. Now, don't worry if you miss the sizes and dimensions on this video. As always, it's over on my blog where you can print out your own PDF tutorial as well as in the video itself. So let me go ahead and show you the pieces that you're going to need on today's project. So we're going to start off with the 7 by 8¼ Bermuda Bay is the color I decided to use on this. You cut it on the 8½ side because this piece right here is going to be the perfect size for what's left over, except for you're gonna have to cut it down to 7 inches. But again, this is 7 by 8¼ cut along the 8¼ side to get that second layer piece. And then you're going to score it at 3½ or just fold it in the middle. So let's put that there. Then the next piece you're going to need is this fun designer series paper. Now, you guys, like I said in the beginning of the video, but I put together kind of like this little sampler sheet, and look how adorable this paper is. So I decided to do a fun sprinkles. I have to go with the sprinkles. It's very cute. Now the stripes would be great for the background, but I just thought that this one was nice and subtle and clean, like my style. So like I said, I went ahead and cut the sprinkles piece, and it's at 3¼ by 8. And then the next piece that you're going to need cut is this piece right here. Like I said, this is the piece that was already 2 3/4 off of the edge of the 8.5 by 11 piece. So here's your 8.5 by 11 piece. And when you cut it, it gives you the perfect 2 3/4 leftover piece. You just have to trim that down to 7 inches. Then you're going to need the basic white piece right here that you're going to do your sentiment on. And that piece is cut at 2.5 by 6 3/4 to layer on that nicely. And then the inside pieces that you'll need are 3 1/4 by 8. And then this piece right here is going to be our pocket for our gift card holder. Now, another thing that you're going to want to get out is possibly if you guys have a circle punch or any type of label punch or anything like that, just to cut out that little notch of your gift card. Otherwise, you could just keep it completely straightforward across. Either way is fine. Okay, let me get these off to the side and we will get started on creating our card. So first and foremost, the easiest part to do is fold that piece in half. And I need to get out my bone folder because I really like to make those edges really clean. And this is the best little tool to do that. And then we're going to bring in the designer series piece right here. 3 1/4 by 8 again. And like I said in my last video, you guys, you can use any adhesive you want, but I love my multi-purpose glue because it's pliable, it's easy, it moves around. And I'm just gonna go ahead and leave that open rather than continuing to take that lid off. Although, like I did in last week's video, I tried to take off that lid and it was already off. But, oh well. Okay, that is down and that is in place. So we're ready to move forward, you guys. So the next thing I like to do is I'm going to bring in my piece that I'm going to stamp. And this is going to be the 2.5 by 6 3/4 piece. And what I'm going to do, and I am not sure if I had already mounted. Oh no, that's the paper. Okay. One thing I forgot to do, you guys, was cut out the ice cream scoop or the ice cream cone portion of the card. And let's go ahead and bring back our punch really quick. And like I said, this designer series paper is so fun. But look at this. This makes our job a lot easier. Rather than cutting or stamping the cone, which you can, it certainly have that option. You can certainly stamp that cone as well as add the little crisscross marks. But honestly, this paper is so perfect. I absolutely love it. So we're going to go ahead and cut out the ice cream cone, but you know what, you guys, I think I went ahead and did that already. I just couldn't find it. There's the piece right there. Now, like I said, you would just line that up and just cut that out. And I'm trying to find, if you guys could see the disaster behind the scenes, you might not want to watch my videos, but there's, but it's getting done, right, guys? It's getting done. I hope everybody's having a good Sunday so far. It's beautiful here in Northern California. I think we're going to go out and get some fresh air later on. Okay, so getting back to the card here. Task on hand. So what I want to go ahead and do is go ahead and stamp this corner right here where it says treat yourself. And what I like to do with our photopolymer stamps is I like to bring in a foam mat just to allow the stamp to push down. Because if you were to just do this on just a straight hard surface, you might not get the impression that you need. Okay, now the colors that one of the colors that I'm going to be using is the Rich Razzleberry, and I'll tell you what other colors I use when we come in and stamp the ice creams. But let's go ahead and stamp our image down in the corner. Again, like I said, you guys, just the tap and just because I have this foam adhesive mat underneath, you're going to get a more impressioned image. And there you go. Look how good that is. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to push that off to the side really quick. Don't want to lose this, so I'm going to put this to where I can see it. Let's go ahead and start stamping our ice cream scoops. So I just have just a strip of basic white scrap paper. And what I like to do, because the ice cream is easy to punch out directly without wasting paper, I went ahead and I line up the ice creams going across, you guys. It's easier to punch, and you'll see why. So the colors that I'm showcasing for the ice cream scoops today are Flirty Flamingo, Mango Melody, Coastal Cabana, and Rich Razzleberry. So those are our scoops, and I'll go ahead and show you how to stamp those down. We're going to start off with the Flirty Flamingo. And you guys, what I did ahead of time also as a tip, I wanted to play with the different colors, and I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to showcase, but I really wanted to pick up these colors of the sprinkles. So I did kind of like a little sampler, and this is kind of like a cheat sheet for myself. That way I can show what the stamped images are. So as you can see, Flirty Flamingo is the full strength, and the Coastal Cabana is full strength, and the Mango Melody is full strength. But I thought this was too dark for the Rich Razzleberry, so I stamped off, and you'll see what I do as I go along. But I just wanted to give you kind of like a little cheat sheet that helped me out. And then I stamped the sprinkles in Early Espresso. I wasn't quite sure if what color I wanted to do, and Early Espresso picked up the sprinkles in each scoop. Okay, and I'm looking for my cleaner, my chamois. It looks gross, you guys, but it cleans these photopolymers clean as a whistle. So let's go ahead and start with our first ice cream in Flirty Flamingo. Like I said, it's going to be full strength. There's that. And you'll notice that there's just, it almost looks like it doesn't give a solid image, but that's the image of the ice cream. As you know, ice creams kind of like have a shading. It's a natural shading process. So that is supposed to be there. Go ahead and bring in, clean off. See? Nice and clean. I am chatty today. I must have had too much coffee. Okay, next color we're bringing in is Mango Melody. Okay. Stamp down. There you go, you guys. And it's almost like a sherbet color. Clean off really quick. And then I just stamp off. See, I still had a little bit of residue from that, so I want to go ahead and clean that off and really make sure that that's good. The next color I'm bringing in is Coastal Cabana. Stamp down. There we go. Clean you off. Now, like I said, we're coming in with a rich raspberry next, and that is actually stamped off. So, get this out of the way. So come in, and then I have a scrap piece of paper right here, and I'm just gonna, like I said, stamp off of that, and then come in with the stamped off version. So it's a lighter version of what I have in the card here, because I really believe that this would be just a little too dark. But if you want to do full strength, do full strength. That is no problem whatsoever. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in my punch, and I'm making sure I have a pair of scissors off to the side here really quick, because it's going to get hooked up, but I just thought that this is the quick and easy way to do this. So I just line this in and punch away. Now, if you were to continue going, you wouldn't be able to go forward because of that base right there. So what I do is I just come in really quick and snip off that edge, and then just go back in, and lines up perfectly. And I just realized I did not put on my sprinkles, but that's okay. We can go ahead and add that in next. But typically I would go ahead and do all my stamping and then go in and start punching. Get that off. I may have done that a little too close, you guys, but nope, got it, still good. And that's the best way to utilize your stamps, you guys, or your punches, you guys, because you obviously can't see where your project's gonna need to be cut, so you always want to stamp upside down. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and bring in the early espresso. And our sprinkles. Oh, wow. That was fun. That just flicked right off of the camera. So let's go ahead and do that. And normally I don't like this much white showing, but because they're lining on top of each other, I'm perfectly fine with that. Always hide if you feel you've made a mistake. There's always a way of hiding it for the most part. Let's bring in that. Yeah, the early espresso is definitely the best color. Okay, while I still have my foam sheet out, I'm going to go ahead and stamp the inside sentiment as well. Bring back my rich raspberry and my inside piece here, my 3 1/4 by 8. And we're going to go ahead and just stamp that right in the middle. There we go. That is done. And you know what, you guys, since we have this out, let's go ahead and glue our piece down. So what you're going to want to do, you guys, you're going to want to have some sort of really good adhesive, whether it is the Stampin' Seal Plus. In this case, I always like to use the tear tape because the tear tape is thin and this just has a little bit of a thicker edge, and you want that gift card to be able to slide in. So I'm going to go ahead and do my punch first and foremost. Like I said, you can either keep it straight. It's not a problem. Your gift card's going to stick out anyway. But I like that little notch. So I brought in my 1.5 inch circle punch. And I centered that in the middle, and I just came down just probably 1/4 of an inch down. And now you're going to want to put that tape lined up as close to that edge as possible. It's not always going to be perfect, but you can certainly give it a go. Now I definitely want to varnish those edges down to get that adhesive stuck to that tape, or stuck to the paper. There we go. Align that up. So I would love to know what your guys' favorite ice cream is. I would love for you to leave me a comment down below. But let me know what your favorite ice cream is. Mine is probably Rocky Road. And I absolutely get that from my dad. My dad's favorite ice cream was always Rocky Road. Or strawberry. Now, he was really in heaven when he had Rocky Road ice cream with strawberry topping. That was his jam. Okay, and then we're just gonna put that down. There we go, you guys. And then what I like to do is just either bring my fingers in or bring in my bone folder and just kind of open that pocket up so your gift card slides in real easily. So we are going to bring in our card now. And since I have it in my hand, I'm just going to go ahead and bring in my favorite glue and glue that puppy down. Okay. But yeah, I would love to have you guys comment down below and let me know what your favorite ice cream is. Okay, now we're going to work on the front. We're going to bring in our 2 3/4 piece. And we could go ahead and glue this down because there's no more stamping that's going to be involved in this. So I'm just going to come in and glue that down. Or you could piece it together and glue it down, whatever. This just happens to be the route I'm going with today. There we go. Voila. So I'm going to get this out of the way because it's kind of making the project look kind of icky. So come in with my little ice cream cone. And before I glue it down, I always like to just kind of see, bring our project back here really quick. See how far down I want to bring this. But this looks about right. So I'm just going to slowly just kind of layer my ice cream. Now you can mix it up any way you want, but that seems to be working just fine. So here's a tip. I just kind of line that up, and then I'm going to go ahead and kind of just remember where that's at, but it's pretty easy to kind of remember that spot. So there we go. So that is flat. Now I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Dimensionals, you guys, because I want to give that ice cream a little dimension. But the first thing that I do is I glue this down, straight down. That is directly onto the thing. And then I will add in my Stampin' Dimensionals for the other scoops. Go. Now, here is the trick. You're going to want to put the dimensionals at the bottom of the scoop. Otherwise, it would. I feel that it'll just be too high up. But whatever preference that you want, just slowly build that. And come in with my next two. And the tip for the last one is you're going to definitely want to even that out, because as you can see, there's nothing catching that. So you definitely want to add dimension around the whole scoop. Okay, there we go. Now, this is where the lovely fancy ribbon comes into play. Look how gorgeous that is. So what I do now is, because I have chubby little fingers, I like to give myself a little bit of wiggle room for tying that knot. You could tie a bow. You could even cheat. And this is what I typically sometimes do. I'll just put that and wrap it around the back and then tie a bow and put it on. But I'm just going to go, for filming purposes, I'm just going to go ahead and just tie a knot because I thought the knot was cute. So, like I said, I might waste a lot of ribbon, but my chubby little fingers, God rest my mama's soul, I got her hands. There we go. And there's your knot. There wasn't too much left over. That wasn't too bad. So just come in and cut, give it a little haircut. There we go. Now, I'm going ahead and use my Stampin' Seal because I do want a little bit more hold on this card, because there's filled up in dimension already. And tip for our little Stampin' Seal, it's very nice and very pliable, but sometimes a little tricky. There we go, got it going. Okay, bring in the front of our card, lay that down smack dab in the center. I'm just going to bring these down just a little bit, and I think I'm going to bring in a mini glue dot if I can find them on my desk. And they have disappeared on my desk. I always lose those glue dots. So you could bring in a little mini glue dot, hold that down, but it's fine for today. Now to bring in a little bit of bling to my project, I love our little rhinestone gems. I feel like I need to almost get a new pack here, but I came in with some little bling bling on the bottom, and I like to do it in threes to add a little bit of pizzazz to the card. And there you go, you guys. So, so cute. So another little tip that I decided to do, I wanted to make another sample for you guys, but let's go ahead and look at that. There we go. Now another sample I did was showcasing this paper. This paper is absolutely beautiful. And what I love about this paper is, hold please here. You have some of this, and you could tell I've already cut the ice creams out of. And I went ahead and used the hole punch, not just the ice creams, because next week I'll be showing you a project where I used the cone as cute little party hats. But anyhow, let's go ahead and bring in this project. Look how adorable this paper makes for scoops. You could do kind of like a sherbet, Neapolitan, whatever ice cream you want to do, but these make adorable scoops as well. I absolutely love this paper. It's so fun to play with. We're going to be making some ice cream bars next week on next week's project. But that is that project today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching the second project of the ice cream bundle suite. All of the supplies for this project will be listed down below in the description box, as well as my blog. Now, if you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States, I would be honored to help you with your crafting supply needs. And if you would like a catalog, I will also post a link below where you can request one. I hope you were inspired today, you guys, and enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and be sure you click that subscribe button. And don't forget to click the notification button so you can be notified at any time that I go live. Be sure to come back next week for the third and final project of this series. Thank you so much for stopping by, you guys. Have a great day and the rest of your weekend. Bye.